People, it is time. Of course that would happen. Fucking computer. But hey, people, we are here. Yes, yet again. It's MCA Ringside Hangout. Good damn. Oh, so boring tonight. Why did they fuck up this show so bad? Thank you.
I just really like our theme song.
Can I just throw this out there real quick, just in case anybody wants to know? I did pick up WWE 2K18 on Black Friday.
And how much was it, by the way?
And it was like fucking $30.
Oh wow!
And now I get to start finally become like no one. Oh yes.
Oh yes. Even though in the trailer they had to make sure like be like no one, except our poster boy for that is a guy who steals the pedigree and every other fucking wrestling move on the planet. But don't be like nobody though.
Well, that's the whole point. He is no one, so that way he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
But he's being like everybody.
But he's no one.
God damn it. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I will say in a hipster type of way, it kind of makes sense. But no, as a matter of fact, no, fuck this show. That game is fun as shit. Like, I really fucking had a good time with that game.
I actually just finally popped it in yesterday, did all the downloads and all that shit, and I started the My Player, or whatever the hell it's called. Mm-hmm. So far, I did a match, only because this was like 3 a.m., and I'm like, my eyes were starting to get really burning, and I was like, I think it's time for bed.
Yeah,
but but so far, from what I played, shit's fun.
Now, Trey, I want to ask you really quick. When was the last time you've been really excited about a new release of a wrestling game that like you already bought and you were just like fucking love this? Like, what's your fondest memory?
I would have to say WWE 12 only because I was excited for the community creations because one thing community creations did, even though it was first introduced in 2011, always had the PSP games. Like, I played the PSP, and I used to fool myself saying, hey, these are the same versions on the consoles. And boy, was I lying to myself.
Yeah, I did the same thing with SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. I got that right for the PSP. That was actually because I got the PSP for my birthday. And later on that day, my parents took me to Toys R Us, and I had to get 2 games, so I had to get a couple games. So I ended up getting. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 and Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories.
Yeah.
Damn that game. The fucking SmackDown vs. Raw.
No, and I will say though, by the way, WWE12 I never got to play, but I wanted this game so bad because for one they had the best Stone Cold.
I played
ever.
that only a little bit. I was hyped for the next year though. WWE 13.
Oh yeah, there's a revolution.
Dudes, let me tell you this right now. Because like I was telling the story, I played the PSP games from 2007 through 2011. And I used to just get mods just to update characters or whatever. So just for WWE12 having community creations, even though it was first introduced in 2011, I love that. And let me tell you, to this day, I only play the WWE games for Universe Mode for the most part. But to this day, WWE12 had the best story mode and the best universe mode. No universe mode could ever compare to WWE 12 because for some reason after 12, universe mode just became very broken.
Yeah, no,
like in
much.
WWE 13, they tried to introduce some kind of branching system and it never worked. Mm-hmm. And it only worked like a few times. And I've only seen that cutscene 3 times, and it was very, very sporadic. And even with 2K14, there wasn't really anything new with it that was really done. That I was just like, okay, it's just. And you barely got any cutscenes or whatever. WWE12 was cutscenes mania. Like you had a feud that went on, it played that feud out for you, or like if you're watching the CPUs or you trying to do what you want to do, then it happens. So WWE12 was my last game I was hyped for, and it lived up to the hype to me.
Man, Oh, go ahead, Nick.
No, because the thing I was going to say, just to kind of segue into what we're going to be doing tonight and everything, it's like one thing to say that does not live up to the hype, actually, is this particular fellow right here, Roman Reigns. Man, the dark days of Roman Reigns being completely fucking boring have returned. Man, the reason why I don't want to discuss this show a whole lot, because I mean, I did watch the show, and I was just watching, not even enthused, not even like whatever, just watching the whole fucking thing, and this was so fucking boring. I hate that he's back. I hate that Seth Rollins comes out literally the segment right after this to have a regular fucking match. I hate that they're doing, and you guys see on the top right corner over there, the Miztourage with no Miz. what's the point in the Miz to watch? Apparently Miz is going to be gone to do Marine 20,000, like whatever the fuck sequel this is. So Miz is not going to be there for a while. This whole thing was just fucking useless and worthless. Now, Hovig, I mean, I really have nothing else to say about this. How about you, sir?
Uh, I just thought it was weird how over Roman was tonight.
Yeah, and there wasn't barely any boos.
Same.
Bro, I'm like, I mean, you heard some boos, but they were like faint compared to the cheering. I was like, because at one point, I think it was during the right before the match that he had with Elias. And by the way, they actually had a decent match, which was fucking weird. But at one point, it was that whole shit with the Mr. Rush and Elias. And by the way, y'all motherfuckers need to chill. What's his name? I forgot this boy's name, but Curtis Axel and what's it?
Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. I don't even remember his name. They were not playing the fucking harmonicas like that.
Oh no, they
were
weren't.
not. I knew it. I knew they weren't.
I was like, man, they might have acted the damn part, but they ain't fooling nobody. And then fucking Mick Foley's bitch ass goes on fucking, what do you call it, Facebook, saying that it's times like these where I love these types of moments. Thank you for Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, for bringing the blues into. I was like, Mick, now I know why they kicked your ass off TV.
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, I was just really surprised of how Roman was quite over with the fucking crowd. Oh yeah, like I was about to say, like, you know, at one point he was getting "We want Roman" chants. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I done gone to another fucking dimension.
It's typical.
Yeah, that was so weird.
Oh, go ahead.
It was just so weird because you had "We want Roman," and the other side was like, "No, we don't." I was like, what is this right now?
Right? And it was just so weird. Oh, and by the way, Seth Rollins, I love you, but your promo, sit your ass down.
No, seriously, always has been that way. He's the worst promo guy out of the entire group, and that's the one thing. Like, honestly, as a performer, he's probably the best out of the Shield. But as a mic guy, I think that's the only thing that's kept him from being like the main dude to be the head of the Shield. Even so, I think that was the most shocking thing about him leaving the Shield, because we were always like, well, who would care if he leaves, because he can't hold a fucking promo to save his life, so why would they have him turn heel? And they shocked us by having him turn heel like a few years ago. But yeah, like tonight too, his match was very standard. It wasn't a bad match, but good lord, what the fuck. And I'm going to look in the chat over here too, Raheem talking about Booker T being fucking awful on the commentary table. Yes,
Booker
absolutely.
T, yes, but Corey Graves on point.
Always on point. Love Corey Graves.
On point.
Love him. Yeah, I mean, Trey, what do you feel about that? I know we never really talk about commentary at all because we just kind of like talk shit in passing. But Trey, like, what do you feel about Booker T's commentary, and what do you feel about Corey Graves?
Corey Graves, I think he's one of the best that we have in terms of modern day commentators right now. I like ever since him being on NXT, even after he had his injury where he couldn't wrestle anymore. Like, it was unfortunate, but I think he found his calling with commentary with NXT. And I hated knowing that he was going to the main roster because I thought NXT wouldn't be as hypey anymore without his commentary. And granted, the new commentators at NXT is great, but Corey Graves is really living up to that new being an awesome commentator right now. As for Booker T, man, it's a 50-50 thing. Some nights I'm okay with him. Some nights I'm not. But I didn't really notice him tonight, in my opinion. I was more like, Michael Cole, what the heck are you saying right now? Like, like I was more on Michael Cole's case than anything. Like, I posted this even on the Refugees and Spill page. I was like, Michael Cole said, this is the most vicious we've ever seen Kane. And I was like, me and an intellectual, and I posted the picture of when Kane set Jim Ross on fire. I was just like, thanks. I was like, that's not the most vicious Kane.
or better yet, they hired writers that never really grew up between the
Undertaker. So, to an extent, yeah, he has. And then I know it's silly at this point because we know what Great Khali has become and we don't like him. But he's fought Great Khali, who is saying like he's the most monstrous ever. But then again, you can't be honest either because he's kind of like weak as fuck. That's not a good thing because Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, how the fuck are you gonna beat two of those motherfuckers? Like, both of those dudes should be singles fucking like mid-card champions at a certain point. I mean, those dudes are fucking huge. They're good at wrestling.
I was okay with it. It was just more like, oh, okay, do a good job, then they're back to bibbers. And it's like, which is an unfortunate thing because I thought what they had planned for him originally was going pretty well, I guess, with the whole title.
Yeah, I don't either, man.
Man, the worst thing that they ever did with Titus O'Neil was break him and Darren Young up. Because he came out and said, fuck both you bitches.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, man.
I mean, there's really nothing much to say about it, I guess. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just weird that that happened. I really hate the fact that it happened. Now, the Raw Women's segment, I don't like. And here we go. I'm dropping frames apparently, quite a bit actually, people. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Might end up having to leave. But no, I'm looking over here on the side though. Like yeah, like the Raw Women's segment. I gotta say, man.
Hold on. Which one?
Huh?
There was two. Which one?
No, there's two. And I mean, I'm basically putting them together in here. Maybe I should have said that in the thing because for one, I really didn't like, the Sasha Banks segment. They're talking about it from last week, but then they did another fucking thing. I forgot what it was tonight. But the main thing I want to discuss is Asuka and how they're trying to be like,
fuck that segment.
Fuck the segment hardcore. Man, if there was any slight chance that you thought that she wasn't gonna get ruined somehow, oh boy. Nah.
Dude, they hyped up that whole shit between Asuka and Dana Brooke, and all of a sudden it was a fucking hold and tap out.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
Like,
Yeah, I'm just, and it's like, I'm telling you, dude, if she becomes part of that group, and I mean, I guess that's what they're kind of hinting at or something, I'm not sure. But if she becomes part of Paige's group, it's going to be one of the worst fucking things to do for Asuka. Now, Trey, what do you feel about this segment, and what do you feel about a potential Asuka heel turn with Paige's group?
About the segment, talk about a waste of time, man. That was a big time waster.
Yeah.
Like, I get them doing a stare down, but it lasted so long. It was just like, and even then, it's like, why would Paige let her go or whatever? Maybe she is going to be the fourth member. I like the idea behind this, but I'm not sure if I'm all the way for it yet. So I don't know how I'd feel if Asuka ends up being the fourth member. But overall, this segment was stupid.
No, it was. But I was worried because like maybe I just wasn't feeling it. But the fact that Hovig feels this way, Trey feels this way, it's like no, this was the segment. This was not us. This was not us not feeling it or whatever. Like that was bad. That was really bad.
Like I would have had much more respect for any of those women, especially Asuka, if they did something after that whole fucking stupid waste of fucking time. Like when Paige and Mandy Rose and Sonya, Sonya, right?
Sonya Blade,
yeah, Sonya Blade, come out and stare her down. Like I would have had like if they pulled a fucking Shield thing, like when they start slowly climbing up the fucking ropes and then just wait on the fucking apron and shit, cotton candy, motherfucker.
On tonight, like be the booker in a sense.
Wow. And I'll probably say this a lot about Raw, but man, like this just nothing can make this show great. I mean, it was so stupid. I mean, the Asuka section alone, and we didn't talk about this. The forced, broken crap with Matt Hardy. Talk about some bullcrap forced stuff in this show. Like that was so stupid. It could have been done way better. Like you mean to tell me you can build up the TNA can build up the broken Matt Hardy thing, but better than I'm Matt Hardy. I'm just gonna lose a match against Bray, and now I'm broken all of a sudden, or woken as he put on Twitter, and I'm just like, no, this is so dumb. This was also a waste of our time. It's stuff like this. It was just like this show cannot be saved. I don't know what to book or what to do to even make the show even better because not one segment can save the whole show.
Yeah, I mean, like people like this is what he's talking about, and like I don't even know what to say anymore because like this was just like he's been doing that already for a while. So it's like if he wasn't trying so hard to fucking placate to these nerdy fucking fans from TNA, that'd be one thing. But then he does it again like it's supposed to be something special, and he looks ridiculous. Honestly, you know who didn't look as ridiculous doing that shit with that little tantrum? Christian from circa 2002 when Christian was doing those fucking tantrums, jumping up and down from the fucking ring after DDP was training him or whatever. Like that was less ridiculous than this, and no one understands the delete thing other than super wrestling fans. So it's like this character that he's about to do, whether it fails or whether it does well, it can do well because casual fans have no idea what the fuck that means. I'm an actual wrestling fan. Other than the fact that I know that this is in TNA, I have no idea what the fuck it means in here. Delete what? Delete who? Delete when? Why delete? When delete? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Woken broke? What? Like, what do you mean? Like, literally? Like, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Exactly. It's so. That's what I'm saying. It's like it was dumb. It was forced. It made no sense. It was out of nowhere. It did not work at all. Like, to me, this is me seeing that they're gonna do this broken or woken, whatever he's calling himself, thing, and it's just gonna fall apart in the WWE. Hopefully, I'm wrong because I want to be wrong about these things. Anytime I say something negative, like, "Oh, this is gonna be messed up" or whatever, I want to be wrong because I actually want this to be really good. But I think I'm going to be proven right, and it's going to suck.
Yeah. The only thing that I actually do find that I'm okay with is the fact that if he actually starts breaking, that it's going to be in a feud with Bray Wyatt, because this is almost kind of like a whole continuity thing that they had about a year ago on the Twitter feud between Broken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. So I'm like, and the funny thing is, I think we even said it like a long time ago. If there was anybody to actually sit here and break Matt Hardy, it would have to be Bray Wyatt. I mean, they're doing it, but it was kind of weird tonight. Yeah. Maybe it'll be different next week, because who knows? Maybe he might show up next week and be like, I'm okay. Well, and then he has another match with fucking Bray Wyatt, and all of a sudden now he really starts fucking losing it. So the only thing he did tonight was the whole delete thing, but we still don't know where that's heading. It could just be like, just fucking delete, and then all of a sudden, like, maybe like by the next pay-per-view or whatever the fuck, he'll actually like fucking break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing with that. It's just like, when Bray Wyatt first came out, he did that stupid promo where he fell down, and then next thing you know, he was in the ring. And then Matt Hardy came out. I knew his hair was gonna be like the broken Matt Hardy hair, because if you notice, the past couple of weeks he had his hair like the ponytail, something along those lines. Yeah. But this is the first time he's had his hair down the way he did in a long time. So I knew it was obvious they're gonna reference the broken thing. I was like, haha, that's funny. They're referencing the broken thing. But then they actually did it tonight, and it was done bad. And this is coming from somebody who was a fan of the broken thing, by the way, in TNA. But the way WWE's doing it right now, so far, it's stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, Be the Booker wise, the one thing I would have done is I would have protected the whole thing with Paige and her group. For one, Sonya Deville, I liked what she did last week. I was like, oh, she's badass. But now the camera keeps coming up to her, and I don't know who's telling her to do this, but she's doing this weird winking thing where, like, I don't know if she's trying to pull like a Brock Lesnar situation, but she was on the fucking apron and she's like, yeah, you like that? Fuck yeah. She's like, her eyebrows are going up and down. And it's almost like honestly, dude, I'm waiting for her to get mean. Like, hey, man, when you see your girl with her ass out in the air and she's bent over, oh, yeah, I'm going to lick that shit. Like she's making like a weird textual, like, or a hungry, like a, I don't know. It just looked like a fat dude looking at ice cream. Like, I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was weird. Like, and she keeps doing that shit. Like, her whole entire presence on screen is her, like, nodding her head really quick and, like, licking her fucking lips. Like, she's a fucking monster. She's gonna eat somebody. It's fucking weird. And Mandy Rose, was she, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong or not, but was she, like, trying to be sexy and doing some weird, like, taunt shit tonight? Fucking thing. Like, you're supposed to be, like, fucking intimidating, and you're doing sexy girl shit. Like, if I want sexy girl shit, I'll watch the really bad Divas fucking matches that I used to take a shit during for the last 20 fuck up Asuka. Like,
oh, come on. I called this.
I love Asuka, though. I know you called it, but goddamn it, dude. Like, just one character they already kind of ruined Ember Moon in fucking NXT. You know, they already ruined The Undertaker with me for 1,000 times. I know Hovick still likes The Undertaker, but they fucked The Undertaker up for me big time. Fucking, they ruined so many people, even Kevin Owens. Dude, Kevin Owens is the easiest dude to fucking book for, and they ruined Kevin Owens. Like, it's so
You want to talk about ruin? Look at Kane tonight. Like, dude, you have no idea how mad I am about that. I'm watching this dude who was a monster, somebody I was scared of as a little kid or whatever, doing the whole, like, he killed Undertaker's parents or whatever in the fire and all that. Burned Jim Ross and all that. Had a very amazing feud with Shane McMahon that scared the mess out of me too. And he's made like a weak punk
Yeah.
to Braun Strowman tonight. Like what?
And I like Braun Strowman
and here's the thing.
shit.
Like last week, Braun Strowman was nowhere near like running in the back like Kane was. Like last week, Braun wasn't like that. Kane, he was made to look like a straight punk, and it was horribly done.
No, yeah, absolutely. You know, I'm gonna move to the ratings now because the biggest thing that's gonna make me give this a 0 because it is definitely a 0. I haven't given a 0 out in a long time. This is a flat fucking 0 sack of shit fucking show. And the biggest thing that turned, and maybe I missed something, but there was either no or very minimal Triple H. I had to sit through a bad promo week after week with Stephanie McMahon and the whole storyline with her and Kurt Angle, and god damn it, that Jason Jordan shit's driving me up the fucking wall. I hate Jason Jordan so goddamn much. I hope he gets fucking fired, like fucking A. And, you know, you had many times, you're doing some SmackDown shit now. This is
Just fuck it. You know what? I was gonna sit here and I had the show on. I was paying attention.
okay, Trey, you know when I always defend wrestling? What's one of the things I always they'll like with wrestling? Tonight, nothing would have worked. I don't care what fan are you, even for like naked girls. It doesn't matter. Anything that you're into tonight had none of it. Like wrestling fan or not, sports fan or not, even the matches were bad. I mean, I can't even get somebody to come in and be like, "Oh, it's great how they do those fucking moves," because no one did a move that I can't get some dude who doesn't weigh 100 pounds or 1,000 pounds to fucking do. Anyone could have done anything that happened tonight. Yeah, it might as well have been a fucking house show. Actually, no, house shows actually are way better than this. Way better. So yeah, but Trey, what would you give this show, brother?
Yeah, like you said, Nick. Like here's the thing. Normally, when I give my reviews, I've been doing it as of late. I normally have a high point of the show and a low point. There is no high point tonight. Everything just sucked. It was stupid. Like what happened? Like the past few weeks, Raw has been positive as heck. Like now all of a sudden it's just like everything's just bullcrap and forced and things moving slowly. Like what happened? Like this is bad. Like I would say the worst thing, like, but is the Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy thing, and the Oscar Page, Mandy Rose, and all them crap. Like that stuff sucked. It was. Oh man, it's so disappointing, man. This gets a -10 out of 5. It was bull crap. I just want to do 5 more than. But I'm just so mad, man. This is terrible. Like, it was a waste of my time.
That's the case, senpai. I'm gonna give it a -15.
No, but I will say though, like, yeah, man, it's one of those situations. I will put this up there with my top 10 worst Raws of all time. I mean, literally.
Oh, definitely for this fucking year too.
Yeah, or no, probably of the year. Yeah, this is the number one, the worst one. But like, there's other Raws that I feel like are still better. Like, there's some Raws back in 1997 where they were doing house shows and airing them as Raw and had no champions, no Stone Cold, and no Undertaker on the show and had nothing but the fucking Bariquas and a bunch of other shit. Those shows at least had good matches. Like,
Bariquas.
Oh, how you say it?
No, it's just funny how you just threw that out of nowhere.
No, I know. I just because they're such a bad team. It was like, think of like a Mexican version of Nation of Domination. Except they have members who are from Nation of Domination because there's not enough Mexican wrestlers. So it was bad. So bad. Man, yeah. And man, I'm looking at the chat. Raheem's like, man, some old bullshit. Actually, no, the show gets a massive fuck you. Yeah. I got nothing else to add. I'm so upset. Honestly.
I'm actually surprised, Raheem. Like, we're actually all in agreement tonight. Like, normally Raheem says, "Screw you, Trey," or something along those lines. But we're on the same wavelength. This is a great moment. I think we finally made a breakthrough with Raheem.
All I'm gonna fucking say is that after I fucking finish some homework and take a shower and finish Dragon Ball Super, I'm gonna do a nice Monday Night Raw show on fucking 2K18. That's what I'm about to do. Shit.
Yeah, man.
And you know where we can also do some. I don't know how to make the 2K18 joke work. Yeah, the Ringside Hangouts tomorrow on Tuesday.
Oh,
yes, join us after the SmackDown show.
Oh,
it should be probably bad too, but what won't be bad is the midweek chat attack on Wednesday, 7:30 CST, and of course this Saturday at 7:30 CST, the midnight chat attack. Join us and chat with the chat and have fun, and then we turn the clock back over again on Monday. So I just took some NyQuil and I'm going to bed.
Man, that's the worst. I tell you. God damn.
Oh fuck you! Flex and chill's all right. God damn it! We talking about movies.
I don't even know what that
segment.
I don't even know what that shit is.
Oh no,
he's coming at
you're
me.
supposed to
That
flex and then
segment
you're supposed to chill. No, I'm just playing. No, people, that's it. I'm gonna count to 3. It's gonna be the weakest fucking one of these we've ever done. And 1, 2, 3. Attack
the mother beeping chat. Yes. Screw WrestleMania, screw SummerSlam. I'm sick, and I just took some night pill and I'm going to bed.
Man, I'm sorry to tell you. Y'all say that WrestleMania sucks and shit, but WrestleMania was Oscar worthy compared to this bullshit today.
I will say
you going too far, Hovick. I would not say that.
I will, bitch.